For one of these two teams tonight, the season will end where it began. The Edina Hornets are battling the Eagan Wildcats for the first time since the season opener. But this time, the stakes could not be higher. Good evening, everyone. I'm Josh Sibley. Tonight, the number 3 seed Edina Hornets are at the number 2 seed Eagan Wildcats, both teams vying for a shot to be in the state quarterfinals and beyond. For Edina, this is a chance to get back into the state tournament and attempt to win it all after losing the state championship to Centennial by 1 point last year with a final score of 28-27. Eagan is hoping to make modern school history with their first ever state appearance with a victory tonight. Last week, in the first round of playoffs, Edina faced White Bear Lake, where they won 47-19 and ended White Bear's season. Eagan played at home against Osseo, where the Orioles put up more of a fight than the Wildcats were expecting. Osseo scored first and Eagan looked to tie it up in the first quarter, but a failed extra point sent the Cats into a tailspin. Several bad snaps and missed tackles later, Eagan was trailing 9-14 at half. Eagan regained confidence and was able to score 3 times in the second half and survived to play another game with a 28-20 victory over the Orioles. Now Eagan and Edina are preparing to face each other for the second time this year. Back at the season opener, Eagan traveled to Edina, where the Cats entered halftime leading 14-13. And those 14 points were all they were going to get, as they failed to put any points on the board in the second half, which was dominated by Edina. The Hornets won 35-14. But we've had a whole season of football since then, with Eagan improving to a 5-3 record and Edina finishing their season strong with a 6-2 record. Both teams have fought hard all season long, and it all comes down to this. The Edina Hornets at the Eagan Wildcats. Second round football playoffs start now on ETV.
Inside Wildcat country, where it's prep football playoff time as the Edina Hornets making the trek down here to face the Eagan Wildcats He's Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook. Glad you're joining us from wherever you are in what should be an exciting football game. These two teams, as Josh said in the open, they met in week 1 up at Edina. Tonight, one of them is going to end the other one's season.
Well, one of them is going to have the end of their season, as you said. One of them is going to have to get ready for next year. The other one will have to get ready for next week, taking on the winner of either Eden Prairie or Maple Grove. So next week is obviously not going to be a picnic, but next week is the state quarterfinals. And for the Wildcats, a school that has never been at the state tournament for football, this would be a huge win. It's, frankly, Mike, it's the next biggest win for this program, right? The Wildcats have beaten Rosemount. They've beaten Farmington. They've beaten Lakeville South. They've had some big wins that have moved the needle in terms of the direction of this program. This one would be enormous.
As the Cats are heading out onto the field, and do not adjust your sets. Again, they are wearing the special green uniforms. They wore those in the win against Farmington on homecoming. They wore them last week in that win against Osseo. Not sure why they're wearing them against the green team in Edina, but nobody asked us. But bottom line, Cats, they have the home game. They are the 2 seed. Edina, the 3 seed. However, if you look at the state rankings, Edina finished the year number 3 in the state rankings, Eagan number 8. And really, this Final Four, you have Maple Grove 1, Eden Prairie 4. I don't know if you can get a tougher Final Four in a section.
No, it's a tremendous group, and it's a tremendous lineup of programs and schools. The Wildcats are kind of, frankly, the outlier, right? They're not one of the blue bloods in that group. They're the program that's still struggling or scratching to get into that conversation. A win tonight would mean a huge step forward for this program for a number of reasons. At the same time, the Edina Hornets want to continue their successful season as well.
Let's throw it to public address announcer Dave Giles to get tonight's festivities started.
Mark Frasconi, John Raymond, and Danny Sanoa. Following the national anthem, please remain standing until the colors are off the field. The national anthem this evening will be performed by Dia Nyack. She is a senior at Eagan High School. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Dia Nyack from Eagan High School. Please remain standing until the colors are off the field. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got the anthem. We've got the teams. I know the Eagan fans, they got the matchup they've been waiting for. The Edina Hornets here, winner to the state tournament. Again, Nathan, you mentioned the winner of this game gets the winner of tonight's game between Maple Grove and Eden Prairie. That next round game will be on Thursday. Yes, Thursday, November 7th, up at Park Center High School. A neutral site contest. And then if you were to win that game, you can go down to US Bank Stadium, where actually a number of these kids from both teams were there today, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, there is your bracket. Again, by far the toughest bracket in the state, I would say.
Well, it's a great test for all of these programs. I mean, the EP Maple Grove game, I'm sure, will be competitive and exciting, and we'll definitely do the best we can on social media to track that, to give you guys on the broadcast tonight a sense of what's going on. But we are certainly focused here on the Eagan-Edina matchup. As you mentioned earlier, Mike, I think the Wildcats, they took some stuff away from the fact that they got beat pretty soundly by these Hornets earlier this season. They had a 1-point lead at halftime, but then the second half was a completely different story.
Yep. And for the Eagan Wildcats, they won the toss and they've elected to receive, which is kind of a rarity, I think, in football nowadays. But I'm going to guess the logic is you want to go out and you want to try to impose your will early, because to me, for the Wildcats to have a fighter's chance tonight, you've got to do that 4 yards and 4 yards in a cloud of pellets, 8, 9, 10 play drives and get points.
Yeah, I think that's right, Mike. I think the Wildcats need to stay. We talk about it offensively when you have 4 downs to get 10 yards. As you look at the weather, there's not much wind. The temperature's in the low 40s. It's a beautiful night for football. Everybody's wearing some sleeves or an extra T-shirt, but it's a great night for football, but the Wildcats need to stay on schedule.
Grumos swings that right leg into the kick. We are underway from Wildcat country. This should be Halverson from about the 11. He took one back last week, and he'll get nice starting position for the Eagan Wildcats out across the 30-yard line. A number of Edina Hornets in there. Quinlan Cronin might have been leading the way. As you said, you look at the Eagan Wildcats. Eagan's offense is pretty simple. You run, and you run some more.
Well, to finish the thought, I mean, you have 4 downs to get 10 yards. You got to go get at least 2.5 yards every play. That's called staying on schedule. Some coaches will say 3.3 yards, but in any event, the Wildcats cannot afford to go down multiple scores to these Hornets. That's why they got to keep running this football.
Peyton Gramboy, your center. Brooklyn Evans is your quarterback. Handoff. That's Tate Gage. Maybe gets a yard out of that. Edina Hornets all over that play. First man in, Dylan Dubuque, number 38 in white. And they said, we've been told Gage he's healthy. I know he missed a couple of games late in the regular season.
And Jezierski did a nice job there of not only getting an arm on Gage as he's coming through, but also monitoring Brooklyn Evans if he pulls that ball down and runs with it.
Evans under center. Tight formation for the Cats. Evans, he'll keep it. Evans will keep it. Evans cuts it up. And he's going to be, I think, just shy of the first down. We'll see where they mark the football, but a nice run by the senior signal caller. And he looks like he's going to be about a yard shy, which, knowing the Eagan offense, this is 4-down territory if you're 1 yard shy. But they'd rather do it here on 3rd down. Trevelyan Sorrell among those in on the stop for the Hornets. We'll call number 1's name a lot on offense tonight as well for this Edina squad. Tighter formation for the Cats on 3rd and short. Evans, he'll keep it. That's a first down. And Edina looking to make that strip. Evans hangs on to ball. Nice job by Evans. Holmberg on the stop. Sorrell was the one, I think, trying to rip that football away. But bottom line, it's 4 yards, and the sticks are going to move for the Cats.
Well, credit to Sorrell doing a nice job there trying to rip that ball away. As you see Evans, you see him button up there with both arms on that football. And ball security is super, I mean, it's axiomatic, right? It almost goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm a sportscaster. I'm full of cliches. If you have to hold on to the football, or you're not going to win, you're not going to beat the Edina Hornets if you turn over the ball. It's just not going to happen. So he's got to do it, and that's maturity for a young man in traffic.
And you and I have done enough games this year, and we've also talked to NJ about it. Eagan's good, unfortunately, for 2 or 3 miscues. But here goes Gage. Speaking of 2, take Gage down near the Edina 20-yard line. Straight up the gut goes Gage. And that's going to be 30 yards or so for the senior back.
Gage gets the ball. Nice block by Sisk there. He rubs off. Then Gage will probably think, geez, I should have scored there. It's a rip of 34. 1st and 10. Wildcats just on the edge of, I guess, would be the, given that we've got Edina and Eagan tonight, the green zone?
No, we're still going red zone.
Oh, red zone.
We're still got to go red
okay.
zone.
We're not.
Something's got to be
that
not
much
green.
license. Okay, got it.
Evans will keep it. Cuts it up and give him 5. Another nice first down pickup, though, for the Eagan quarterback. Evan Gilder, the top tackler for Edina, in on the stop, 37 in white. Get a good look at him bouncing off a block here and helping in with the stop, but not until Brooklyn gets 5. Brooklyn Evans on the year, 144 carries, 1,005 yards. Averages almost 7 yards a carry.
I think that what that tells you, folks, in this option offense is that he is a player who can, at any moment in any play, take it the distance.
6th play of the opening drive for the Wildcats. And it's going to get maybe 6 feet on that play. As coming up off the bottom of that pile was Gilbertson, his first carry of the football game. 36 in green. So it's up 3rd and about, let's call it 3. Need to get down almost to the 11. Long 2, short 3. Sawyer Jezierski in that Edina defense would love to make the stop. You saw big 32 in white. Evans under center. Sisk goes in motion. Straight ahead with Gage. And I believe that should be enough to move the sticks. Offensive lineman for Eagan lost his helmet. That's Marshall Beerley, so he'll have to come out for a play. But the sticks shall move. It is going to be first down and goal for the Eagan Wildcats at the 10. This drive has been it's been Eagan offense.
Well, Edina player lost his helmet too.
Right.
It's just been an epidemic of helmets coming off players this year. I don't know what the issue is. Obviously, the chin strap manufacturer needs to be hauled into court and sued, but in any event, it's 1st and goal.
Cats looking to capitalize here. Our first offensive series of the night for either squad. And falling ahead for a couple will be Gage. And Tate Gage on the year. Played just 6 games, 453 yards. Averages almost 5.4 per tote.
Now, one of the things these Wildcats have done so well this year, Mike, is they have they've ground out a number of yards. That's true. But they've taken it to the house. Gage has had long runs. Gilbertson's had long runs. Halverson, Eisen, Evans. You know, there's 5 or 6 guys on any given play who can take it to the house, and that's where this offense gets something of its quick strike capabilities.
Straight ahead to the blue, not quite down to the 1. Tate Gage on the carry once again. That's his 5th carry of this drive.
Well, that's a heck of a surge from the right side of that offensive line. I think that's Noreen I think that was Noreen with a pancake block on the right side of that line, but that was Gage doing a nice job of turning his shoulder pads and slipping through that crack and then hammering it home.
Ball spotted at the 2. Straight ahead. 6 points, Eagan. Tate Gage finishing off that drive. And we saw somebody down in the student section shooting off some confetti cannons. They're happy in the pit right now. 10-play drive. Coach Nick Johnson, coordinators Chad Gage, Mark Henderson, they couldn't have gone any better for them. 10 plays, 78 yards. Drive that took up nearly half of the first quarter. So the check with a hold. Kolomainen's kick is good. And with 6:18 to go, it is 7-0 for the Eagan Wildcats. And Nathan, early on the outset, we said that a bunch of these kids might have been down at US Bank Stadium today. The ones from Eagan left a lot happier.
The ones from Eagan did leave a lot happier. The Eagan High School boys soccer team won the Class 3A state title this morning. A hat trick from Zayon Oliot, including the game winner against the Maple Grove, who for the second year in a row lost in the final, which is, I mean, that's tough. I can't imagine how much that stings. I mean, it's tough. But in any event, congratulations to the Wildcats on a fantastic season. They lost once this season, Mike. Right, they had a couple of ties. They had a tie, but they lost once all season. And, you know, they were the 4 seed. They were the 4 seed. Yeah. They beat Washburn, and they beat the 2 seed in Maple Grove. So kudos to those guys.
And the win was 4-3. Sondag also got a goal for the Eagan Wildcats. Yep. That game was scoreless at the half.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it became like just a soccer shootout. A little pooch kick, Edina returnable from their 21. And getting out near the 30-yard line is number 3. That's Alex White. But for the Wildcats, first time this year they allowed more than 1 goal in a game. But bottom line is they come home with the first place hardware. And Edina girls, they took second. Tough loss to conference foe Wayzata tonight, or this morning, I guess you should say. Wayzata jumped out to a 3-0 first half lead and hung on for 3-1.
Yeah, the Hornets girls soccer team is obviously a fantastic side. Wayzata, though, frankly, having watched the Eagan girls play them the day 2 days before, Wayzata very, very good, like a machine.
Mason West in the offense on the field, the high-scoring offense of the Edina Hornets. They enter averaging, I think it's like 34 points a game as I double-check my stats, 34.2. And we've got a 5-yard pickup on first down on the run. I'm assuming that was Chase Bjorgard, 21 in white. He is their workhorse from the backfield. Coming out near side, guess who? And that's going to be out near the 40-yard line. First down. Yes, they are going to. That is a first down, Edina.
Bjorgard doing a nice job. Good pull there by the Edina offensive line. That was Stephen Bunce coming around from the right side of the formation to the left side, and now we're all spread out all over the field.
Coach Nick Johnson saying in that opener up at Edina, they really focused on Edina's air attack, and Bjorgard just shot him for, I think it was like 160 yards in that one. And here's that air attack. Nice play, open field tackle that time. Alex Land on the stop. Jabon Strader, his first catch of the football game, it'll maybe get a yard. Nice open field tackle because he gets past there. He's got a lot of green.
Yeah, it's a first down. I mean, it's a first down. If Lon misses that or if he doesn't get it right, it's a first down. And we talk in soccer all the time about getting your tackles right to not give away fouls. Lon got it right that time. Good job, Alex.
West will hand it off. Bjorgard out near the 45. Met by a couple of Wildcats with a big pop. Ison among those, number 20 in green. But Bjorgard on the year is, I'm going to look up his stats real quick. He's averaging about 5.5 yards per carry, nearly 900 yards on the ground for these Hornets.
Yeah, it was a very similar run pass option or run option that they ran earlier in this series.
Under 4 minutes to go in the first. Cats scored on their opening drive. Edina continues their first. Here's Mason West, the quarterback. And Mason West gets into Eagan territory. Junior signal caller, his own number, and it's down to the Eagan 41-yard line.
It was good blocking up front. Nice turn. The Wildcats lost. Look at how many shoulders get turned here. And West just picks out a nice spot to stick it in.
They're spot the ball actually at the 42-yard line. So Edina, that's their second first down on their opening drive. West looking to go to the air. He's going to go deep. He's got a man behind a defender. And I'm thinking we got to get a flag. There it is. Edina Hornet got behind the Wildcat defender who just simply ran into the Hornet receiver. And I'm trying to see who that is downfield. I think that was Sorrell, the intended target. Strader down there as well, but pretty sure it was Sorrell. Pretty easy call there for the official.
No, easy call for the official. And we saw this last week a couple of times, Mike, and we've seen it this season. the Wildcat secondary has the feet and the motor to stay with a lot of elite receivers, and this Edina squad boasts a number of elite receivers, but they've got to turn their heads. They've got to turn their heads, and I understand he's in the coffin corner over there. You know, he's near the Edina bench. He's not got no one's going to help him out in terms of when that ball's getting there, but he's got to turn his head. If he turns his head, he has a chance to make a pass breakup.
So it'll be first down at the Eagan 27-yard line. Bjorgard got room on the near side. Gets one outside, and he'll still fight his way forward to about the 22-yard line. Bjorgard also an outstanding baseball player and plays some hockey as well for the Hornets. I understand he was playing baseball with some of those select teams this past summer.
That's the third play that Bunce has. That's the third time in this drive that Bunce has pulled from the right side to the left side and led Bjorgard to the outside, and he's been successful every single time. The Hornets are going to keep doing that until the Wildcats do something to stop it.
Absolutely. Sweeney in motion, number 5, top receiver for the Hornets, and they're going to go that way. Except this is going to be number 4 instead. That was Schrader. Schrader now has 2 catches, and I think he's gained about 4 yards combined, but you know what? Hey, you're going forward.
It's going to be just short of the first down as you see Ison coming up from his safety position. Help make this tackle.
Yep. Yeah, Reeser maybe had a chance. It would have been a tough tackle, but.
Yeah, well, whichever team blocks, tackles, and holds on to the football better is going to win tonight. I think I can confidently say that. And right now the Wildcats need to dial up that tackling a little bit.
A lot of options for the Hornets. That's a good one, too. Headed off to Chase Bjorgard. Cuts the corner. Can he power his way to the end zone? He does not. He's out at the 1-yard line, according to the official. Nonetheless, 17-yard run, and it's first and goal, Hornets.
Watch the left side of your screen here. See if there's a hold down the field. Yeah, there might have been a hold down the field, but you know what? You keep playing. You don't let the officials worry about the officials.
What do you do here if you're the Hornets? Just hand it off?
Why not? It's
That's what
worked
I
so
would
far.
say. And they will, and they do, and that puts Edina on the scoreboard with 6 points by Bjorgard. Chase Bjorgard from the 1, and the Hornets extra point away from tying this one up.
Well, Hornets just make it look a little bit too easy. Obviously, the 15-yarder for the DPI is looms large. It's an easy one for the Hornets. But the reality of it is the Wildcat defense needs to stiffen a little bit to be successful later in this game.
PAT on its way off the foot of William Gremmels, the junior place kicker. We have ourselves a tie football game with $1:50 to go here in the opening quarter. Again, we said the winner of this game gets the winner of Maple Grove, Eden Prairie. That game is tonight up at Maple Grove High School. And that next round game will be on Thursday the 7th up at Park Center High School, a neutral site game.
9-play, 72-yard drive for the Hornets, capped off with the 1-yard touchdown plunge from Bjorklund.
Well, it's exactly what the Hornets needed.
Bjorgard, excuse me. I played football in college with a former Edina Hornet named Sven Bjorklund. That's probably what I was thinking about.
So Brooklyn Evans in the Eagan offense gets set to go here on what will be their second offensive series of quarter number 1. Again, Evans does a little bit of everything for this Eagan Wildcat squad. He even played a little some defense at times this year. And the kick will go Halverson's way. Halverson from the 6. He scored from the 6 last week, and he'll get out near the 28 this time. Another, again, good starting position for the Eagan Wildcats. Last drive they started their 32. This one, their own 20. They're going to put it at the 27, actually.
Well, now we're going to see some adjustments, Mike. We're going to see what the Edina Hornets, how they adjust, or if they adjust necessarily And the Wildcats had some good success moving the football down the field on the Hornets. I imagine that the Hornets would make a few adjustments and try to dial up a few things to make it a little harder for the guys in green, the Wildcats that are wearing green.
Sam Sisk out left. And trying to bounce to the outside. Actually, take it back. This is Sisk coming this way. There's Wesley Hoke maybe lined up out there, but Sam Sisk gets the ball carrier, number 5. Yeah, come on up. Yep, on the pitch. Gain of about 7 for the Wildcats. Got to admit, I saw Eagan had a wide receiver in the formation. I thought it had to be Sisk. It's not often we see a receiver in the Eagan offensive set.
Well, the Wildcats were living good and living clean on that one, as that should have been probably a loss of a couple yards. Instead, it's +7.
That ball is straight ahead. It's going to be 3rd and short. Edina all over Tate Gage on that one. I think about 4 or 5 Hornets were, shall we say, buzzing on that stop. 1 yard gain, 3rd and 2. On what probably will be the final play of the first quarter upcoming, I should say. A rapidly moving opening quarter here on ETV, your home for Wildcat Sports. The Eagan student section, known as the Pit, they're making some noise here on the near side. Straight ahead, diving over the pile. I thought he might have been short. The official on the far side, that makes it look like he might be there. And indeed he is. Tate Gage just enough. First down, Wildcats.
Gage on top of Sisk, on top of one of his offensive linemen. And I think he needed 2.5, and he got 2.6.
That's about it, too. And that indeed will be the final play of the opening quarter. So Tate Gage from the 2 gets Eagan on the board, 7 rip. Edina bounces back with a lengthy drive of their own. And Chase Bjorgard, I'll get that right yet. Bjorgard, there's the Gage touchdown. And then Bjorgard goes the other way. And we've got, speaking of the Eagan boys soccer team winning their title earlier today, you have to take a look out on the field here as soon as we're done watching that replay. There they are, your 2024 Class 3A boys soccer state champions.
Heck of a run for those guys. And a number of them will be graduating this season, and what a way to go out. For those who aren't graduating, now the pressure is on them to defend a state title.
Standing ovation from the home side. There's Sondek there, he's the one that's got the buzz cut. He had one of the goals today. And I like how some of the guys dyed the hair blonde, but not all.
Well, some of them did, I have to tell you, and speaking of some of my colleagues that call games, it has made things a little bit challenging out there in terms of all these guys with their blonde hair. But in any event, we move on.
Good look at the home stands. A lot of folks making the trek down here to Wildcat Country. Hopefully they were able to get something from Brick Oven Bus or Finer Meats and Eats and come on in, get some food, have a seat. Bought a beverage or two from the concession stand where it's the band and dance team folks. Fundraising tonight as we start quarter number 2 here in Wildcat Country. Evans will keep it. And he's going to squirm his way forward, maybe get a couple. That play read really well. But really the entire Edina defense, a couple of guys thinking they've got the football, and they do not according to the officials. Charlie Vellner among those in there on the stop for Edina. After we'll call that a 2-yard pickup for Evans.
Yeah, ball security, very important. Obviously, the ball probably, from our perspective, looks like it may have come out after Evans is on the ground, and referees were not buying whatever anybody was screaming from the other sideline necessarily. But at the same time, ball security incredibly important for these Eagan Wildcats. Cannot afford to give away turnovers.
We call the 2nd and about 8 for the Eagan offense. And that's Gilbertson, I believe. It's maybe 3. Again, about 5 or 6 white-shirted Hornets there on the stop. Vellner among those once again. And Gilbertson will come off, replaced by Gage. I like when they're doing that. They kind of are rotating Gilbertson, Gage, keep these guys fresh. because those guys are going to take a beating tonight.
Well, absolutely, and you can already see with 2 tight ends, the Wildcats have changed that formation up, and they're cramming everybody down. They're not going with an unbalanced line.
Third,
all those Hornets are packed tight end.
Yep, 3rd and about 5 for the Cats. Yet to even attempt the pass this evening. Pitch, Halverson. And the very slow to develop play, and the result is not what the Eagan Wildcats needed. Edina was all over that play against Halverson. Sorrell was in there, and I believe Nolan Anderson in there as well for Edina. And it should be punt time for the Eagan Wildcats.
Yeah, that play was. I'm shocked they got 3 yards on that play.
Too.
That play had TFL written all over, tackle for loss, written all over it.
So first punt of the game for either squad. Edina almost got to that one. This one will be returnable from about the 16. And wrapped up after a minimal gain is Alex White, the return man for the Edina Hornets, who will start their second drive of the evening from about their own 22-yard line. Real quick, Nathan, too, we just celebrated the Eagan boys soccer team. Hey, let's give some congrats to the girls as well. I mean, they finished tied for 3rd this year at the state.
Yeah, so the Eagan High School girls soccer team, made it back to state for the 2nd year in a row. This time made it down to the bank, ran into something of a buzzsaw in that Wyzetta crew, but came back and took 3rd place against East Ridge this week. So 3rd place at state is certainly nothing to sneeze at.
Edina, that was Sorrell, the ball carrier. Quick little pass to number 1, gets about 3. We don't want to give East Ridge too much love, but East Ridge volleyball knocked off the Eagan volleyball squad in the section final 5 sets the other night.
They did. That was absolutely thrilling.
That has become quite a section final rivalry. And will the Hornets go to the ground? They do. Read very well by the Eagan defense. Coming up off the bottom of that pile, Christian Langhorst up from his linebacker position. Langhorst, the second leading tackler on this Wildcat squad, behind number 52, Bennett Larson. Larson, who had 17 tackles in that win over Osseo last week. Get to call his name tonight. But -2 on that carry for the Hornets. 3rd and 7, Edina. Got trips right. Well, started that way. Taking plenty of time. Play clock down to 7. West going to go to the air. Coming near side. Got his man Sorrell. He dodges, eludes a couple of tackles. And he's going to get out near the 40-yard line on a nice individual effort there by the senior wideout, Trillian Sorrell, with a gain of 14 for the Hornets.
It was a good pitch and catch, no question about that. Sorrell catches the ball. If he's tackled here, I can't tell who that was. That was Reeser. If Reeser is able to tackle him there, it's 4th down. Instead, he slips through it, and it's a first down for the
going to run it.
Guys in white.
Yep, tackle from behind, Bjorgard. Might have been Overton that kind of came around on that one for the Wildcats.
So what I like about that play is the Wildcats were in a good position to make a play. Unfortunately for them, they just didn't complete making the play.
It is Des Overton and Hans Anderson in there as well. Hello to the relatives of Hans that are watching us from Michigan, as always.
See if we'll get to see the Hansi shuffle tonight. Hansi
West,
rumble.
Near side. That's right. The rumble. All over that one. Read extremely well by Reeser in the defense. Still going to be a minor pickup for the Hornets.
Now, that was tackling.
Yes,
right?
it was.
I mean, he reads it well. He steps into it, wraps with the arms, rolls with his hips, look at it, absolutely waits for help. Perfect. That's textbook stuff. That's exactly that's how this Wildcat team is going to play with these Hornets. They've got to gang tackle.
3rd and 7. Down to 12 on the play clock. Plenty of time yet for Edina on the offense here. 4 receivers for West to work with. 2 on each side. Can the Cats put some pressure on him? We've got whistles. I'm assuming we have a timeout taken by the Edina Hornets. And we do have a timeout. Just a little slow getting that play in that time, but it's a big play early in this football game for both squads.
Absolutely. If the Wildcats are somehow able to stop the Hornets here and get the ball back, it kind of negates the fact that they had to punt the ball away earlier. And of course, if the Hornets are able to make the line to gain, then the Wildcats are on their heels. I'm going to give a quick shout out to the Eagan High School girls hockey team watching from Duluth. They're part of their early season game and evaluation process. They're actually playing right now, but they're going to be watching this afterwards, I'm told. Also want to give a shout out to the Edina High School football managers, Matilda, Emma, Ava, Izzy, Mia, and Franny. Thanks so much for what you guys do for this Edina Hornet football program.
3rd and 7 upcoming for Edina. So they're going to send a man in motion. That's Strader. Goes to the left side. West looks that way. West goes that way. Just looking for the fly pattern. Not going to happen that time. Good coverage by the Eagan Wildcats. And it should be punt time upcoming for the Edina Hornets. You see Brooklyn Evans back on defense right now for the Wildcats.
Well, the Wildcats have had some struggles in pass defense. We've talked about it. We saw it last week. Even tonight, getting a long DPI, helping out the Hornets. But that time, that ball was just sailed over everybody.
Yep. Dorsey back deep for the Wildcats. He stands at about his own 20-yard line. Cronin to kick it away for Edina, left footer. Reesers, make sure he stays out of the way. Dorsey gets out of the way as well, and that ball will roll down to about the, let's call it the 15-yard line. By far the worst starting position thus far for the Eagan Wildcats. However, it's only their 3rd offensive series. With 6:15 to go here, second quarter. And this is the kind of time where we've seen the Wildcats put together a drive that goes 8, 9, 10 plays, would easily eat up 6 minutes and 15 seconds. See if they can do it here. Nick Johnson would love to see that out of his squad, especially at this moment.
Well, the Hornets did the right thing in terms of punting the ball and successfully pinned the Wildcats deep. They're looking to get a 3 and out.
Absolutely. Well, that's a good start because they're going to get maybe 1 yard. Are the Eagan Wildcats? Evan Gilder all over that stop for the Hornets. Is Gage probably fortunate to get 1 yard. Good. Again, Tate Gage, pretty good baseball player too for this Eagan Wildcat program. 2nd and 9 upcoming for the Wildcats. Again, you have to put the ball in the air. Matter of fact, they did not throw the ball last week in that win over Osseo. Evans will keep it. And it's going to be 3rd and 5. See if they end up going to the air on this play. But again, nice job by the Edina Hornets to keep the quarterback inside. Liam Holberg and others in on the stop for the Hornets. It's going to be 3rd and about 5. So Coach Henderson is telling Brooklyn Evans the play will be. Good look there, Charlie Vellner, 6'2", 207 senior for the Hornets. Owen Anderson, number 42, behind him. Just him as the middle linebacker for the Hornets. 3rd and 5. Halverson started in motion, comes back. Evans, and we've got a false start, presumably on the Wildcats. Yep, there it is. Mental mistake.
That's number 40. Yard penalty.
Well, you and I got the chance to talk to Nick Johnson before the game, and mental mistakes, one of the first things he mentioned.
It's critical to avoid those types of mental mistakes. You just can't have it. We've seen the Wildcats we've really had very few false start penalties all year. The Wildcats offense has done a nice job of being in place, using that backfield motion to create some challenges for the defense, but that time it just didn't come off for them.
You got Dorsey lined up as a receiver to the right. Evans is going to look that way. Evans has got time. He's going to throw. And just off the hands of his intended receiver, that's Halverson. And it's going to be punt time once again for the Eagan Wildcats. A 3-and-out for the home team.
Well, Evans looks for Halverson, and he has a chance at Halverson, but you see Dorsey there on the left side of your screen. Dorsey was wide open.
Yep.
He was open by a good 15 yards. If Evans had somehow been able to hang that ball up in the air, Dorsey was going to catch that football.
Edina has their 2 return men at midfield. Low snap. Just got that one off. And the ball's fair caught at the Eagan 44-yard line. I think that was was that Cooper Drake that just missed that block coming in off that right side for Edina. But Edina's going to take over at the Wildcat 44-yard line with 4:10 to go before the half. And remember, Edina gets the ball to start the second half.
To give a quick shout out to Logan Gilbertson's grandma, Betsy. Grandma Betsy's in the hospital. Want to say to Grandma Betsy, get well soon. I wish you were here.
Hornets going to run this one. They had room to the left side. Turns it up. First down and more. Good offensive surge by the Edina Hornets, and it's a first down inside the Wildcat 35-yard line. Bjorgard gets credit for 11, but the offensive line deserves a lot of credit on that one as well.
The offensive line never gets credit because there's no statistic for it, but what a nice surge. Allowing him to, allowing the runner to just be, pick his spot and then just cruise forward.
And once again, Bjorgard give him 5 on that carry. Another nice first down pickup for the Hornets. Down to 3:30 to go here in the opening half on ETV. Of course, we said we are your home for Wildcat sports. You can hear the Eagan cheer squad trying to fire up the pit down below. School spirit is the theme for the pit tonight. Supposed to be wearing different colors depending on what grade you're in. West got time, going for it all. Touchdown Hornets. Number 4 Strader from the 29-yard line. And it's 13-7 Edina. We mentioned the quick strike offense. There it is.
They're celebrating at the CPAC viewing party in Edina as the Hornets take a 13-7 lead. Extra point upcoming. It was good protection for the quarterback, and it just made it look way too easy.
And that kick is good. I don't know if the Eagan D-back thought he had help coming over, but Cats went 3-and-out on their last series. Hornets go 3 plays and 6 points on their series. As we've got the Edina section across the way. Good turnout, making the trek down up from Hennepin County. Would you say a whiteout, I believe you said was
whiteout. It's a whiteout over there for the Edina student section.
3 plays, 56 yards, 108. Time of that drive for the Hornets. Hey, I also want to make sure we give a shout out. Got a couple of Tonsauger boys that are checking us out from Eau Claire tonight. Landon and then Caden. Played for the Wildcats for a number of years. And hey guys, good luck tomorrow. I understand you got a big game against Oshkosh. So good to see the Tonsaugers following their alma mater. Iver and the Eagan special team seeing if they can get something going here. Last 2 drives the Eagan Wildcats have went. Well, they went 3-and-out on the last drive, 1 first down on the drive before that. So they need to find some offensive rhythm and find it quick. Oh, we're going to have a timeout taken, I believe, by the Wildcats. Just so they do have 11 guys out there. I'm not sure what if they're thinking Edina might try to do a pooch kick or something there.
Yeah, it's worth it's worth talking about. I mean, there's not a ton of time left here in this half. You want to make sure that your guys are aware of what's going on. There may have also been a tendency. Maybe the Wildcats think that the Hornets may have snuck a couple of extra hands guys into that huddle, onto that line, and so maybe they were to be aware of a potential some trickeration. But in any event, Wildcats burn a timeout, and so now
They've got two?
Yeah, they've still got two left. And as we've seen, Mike, even though this is an option offense, given the number of players with game-breaking, what I would describe anyway, as game-breaking speed, they can score quickly. You know, well, look, against Lakeville North, for instance, they scored a touchdown, went, I don't know, something like 70 yards or so. They went that far in less than 90 seconds.
Right.
So.
All right, everybody seems to be situated. Gribbles to kick it off for the Hornets. Let's see where this ball ends up. Yeah, they are kind of short kicking. And again, right into no man's land, and Edina nearly got that football. Diving on it for the Wildcats. Was that Evans?
I think it was Halverson. 40?
You're right, it was Halverson. But watch this ball just lay there.
Well, Halverson's hoping. Well, he's hoping maybe it gets out of bounds, but then it takes a checkup. So that was nearly a disaster.
Sean Rasmussen, great hustle downfield for the Hornets, nearly ended up with that football. You know, you and I have done these games for a number of years now, and it just seems to me that Eagan is more susceptible to that than any school I've seen on those just kind of pooch kickoffs. Evans and the offense are going to lose yardage on that first play. All over that play for Edina. Charlie Vellner. Can you see which side momentum has shifted to?
Yes, I can definitely sense a disturbance in that force. By the way,
I want to correct myself real quick. That was 45. I should say Colin McGrain. I had the wrong number.
And the Wildcats are up against it here, Mike. They've got to get a first down. There's punting the ball away to this offense at this stage of the game is going to be really, really problematic. They've got to get a first down.
As we said, Edina's got 2 timeouts. They also get the ball to start the second half. Straight ahead. And it's going to be 3rd and long. I wouldn't be shocked to see him burn a timeout right here. Do they choose to?
Yep. Hornets did call a timeout.
They did. So it's going to maybe be a 3rd and, that's actually about a 3rd and 11 upcoming for the Wildcats. Since that opening drive, I have the Wildcats down for a net total of 15 yards. Of course, and that includes losing 5 on the false start. But that's not going to cut it against the Edina Hornets.
No, the Wildcats have got to stay away from negative yardage, which is where they ended up on first down, and then of course second down was middling at best, and so they've really set themselves up in a real challenge here. And I mean, they need to really pick up this first down, and I'm not sure passing the ball necessarily is. Passing the ball may not be their best option, But that being said, what they really need to do is get one of their fast guys on the edge, right? They've got to get Evans or Halverson or Eisen or somebody on the edge with some momentum and let him make a play. That's what's going to happen here.
So do you run the ball here and force Edina to use that last time out, or do you risk the incompletion?
I think I'd run it.
I think I would too. And they heard you a little bit. Evans just trying to go off that left side. Again, forced back to the inside. There was Gilder to finish him off. But I didn't catch who the first Hornet was that forced Evans back inside. But timeout Edina after a 5-yard pickup. Yes, indeed, it might have been number 58, Colin Bierke. So it is on the bottom of the pile. Still can't get that number, but 20, I think it was. Samuel, maybe. Bottom line, punt time for the Eagan Wildcats on a 3-play series that has taken less than a minute. So it's going to be 4th, and we'll call it 6
the Wildcats can get this punt away, and remember, they had a low snap last time. Last time down, they had a low snap, and so that, I imagine the Hornets saw that and will, I mean, if I were the Hornets, I would tee off on this. I would absolutely bring the house and see what happens, and see if I can get a block.
What you saw was, I think it was Cooper Drake that came off the right side, and I mean, it was a split-second difference between that ball getting off and the ball going off Drake's hands.
In any event, the Wildcat defense has got to have they better have their chin straps buckled, because I'll tell you right now, if the Edina Hornets are able to stick more points on the board and get the ball first in the second half,
right,
this is going to be a tall order for the Wildcats.
Yep, I was just thinking that 7-point deficit could quickly turn to 21. See if he gets a good snap. They do. And it's going to be a short kick. Good bounce. Actually bounced out of bounds. So Edina's going to get the ball, I believe, on the Eagan side of midfield. And indeed it is at the 47-yard line. Prime scoring opportunity for the Hornets. Second straight drive that will have started in Eagan territory. Last one started at the Wildcat 44.
Wildcats desperately need a stop here from their defense. They need to get into halftime at 14-7. They need to get into halftime at 14-7, make some changes, make some adjustments, take some of the air out of the sails of the Hornets.
So Hans Anderson, he's up with the nose right now for the Wildcats. Matt Nyson out there. Brant Harrison, number 84. Quick little safety valve. Your guard, that's going to be a first down and more for the Hornets. But we do have a flag back at about the 47-yard line. Bennett Larson said it's going to be holding on the Edina Hornets, who have a man down, and that's their big back. That's Bjorgard that's down, or slow to get up.
You saw the block in the back there as Egan's 52 got hit from behind. Pretty clear.
Illegal block in the back. Number 54 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. The down remains first.
Catch was made by Chase Bjorgard, number 21.
He's trying to watch the end of that play. It looks like he might have just got bent over a little bit, but he's back up, walking off under his own power, so that's a good sign for the Edina running back. Play took all of 10 seconds.
Well, the interesting thing there is that Bjorgard had the ball. He had a head of steam. That was a penalty, Mike. That was a penalty that did not have to happen.
No, it did not.
He did not have to throw that block. And by doing so, he cost his team a first down going the other way and another almost 10 yards of field position. So, I mean, if the Hornets don't score here, that's going to be big.
Yeah, that's about a net 25-yard penalty from where that play ended. West, good pressure by Brant. Spins away, spikes down. That's got to be a grounding, doesn't it?
Well, it almost has to be grounding. There's no.
The refs officials are looking at each other. Bennett Larson,
or was there?
Let's see.
I think there may have been a running back who was also blocking, and maybe that's. Let's see if we can pick it up.
Here's the replay.
Oh no, that's.
And they're saying that running back, he was 4 yards away. But
well, yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
Tough break for the Wildcats. West, little in route. Swinney, first catch of the night for the Cal commit. It's going to get him about 6, maybe 7. And just nice little route there. Brooklyn Evans, Adam Dorsey in on the stop, but it's 3rd and 12 upcoming for the Edina Hornets.
Really like Lon going for that ball. He knows the back's wrapped up, he knows the receiver's wrapped up, and now he's trying to strip that ball.
A lot of options for the Hornets. Got a man wide open, far side. Bjorgard, I believe that is. Coming out of the backfield, first down, Hornets. Well, you got 3 outstanding receivers, and then you get him coming out of the backfield. That's like an offensive coordinator's dream.
Yeah, I think if Langhorst was trying to keep up with him, Langhorst was in trouble because he was just too far back. And I wonder if that was just a sneak out of the backfield. We're going to throw it up on a wheel route.
Now they're going to throw it up near side to the corner. Sorrell, he got it. Nope, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Reeser among those on the coverage for the Eagan Wildcats.
Well, Reeser's had a big year covering things for the Wildcats. Watch this replay. Great shot from our ETV crew. Ball's up there. Reeser sticks his mid in. Nicely done.
Oh, mid fall incomplete.
That ball was well incomplete. But that's the kind of aggressive defensive back play that the Wildcats are going to have. They're going to need to stick a hand up and knock balls down.
You saw Garrett Koch, number 9. He's the man that came over and helped on that play. Second down, Hornets. 53 to go in the half. West stepping up. We got a flag on the play. West going for it all. West has a man in the end zone, but this one is coming back.
That was a rather complete and utter hold. Yeah, that was the backfield. That's going to come back, absolutely.
Holding. Offense, number 73.
Now you could see it there a little bit on the right side of your screen. When a Wildcat player is being tackled to the ground by one of the offensive linemen, that's going to be an easy one.
I'm a little more concerned about the end of the play because Sweeney was a couple of steps behind the Eagan defense, and West hit him right in that front corner of the end zone.
Oh no, that's definitely not a good trend for the Wildcats either.
No. Second, well, they got to get down to the 22, so second and about 20. Here's West, and he's going to get about half of it on that completion to Sorrell. Correction, number 17, first catch of the football game, Sammy Stevenson. 9-yard completion. I just saw the one, and I assume it had to be Sorrell. West, plenty of time, near side, got his man. That one is Sorrell. Reeser's on him. It's going to be 4th and about 2 upcoming for Edina, but the clock continues to roll. Edina has no timeouts. Time for one more play.
How are they going to get set? They are set.
They are set. They are going to get the play
They got
off.
the ball off. They got the ball off.
West, time, corner of the end zone. Ball is caught. Cross the body. 23-yard touchdown. Number 17, Sammy Stevenson, and he makes the night-night signal. And dare you say, if you're an Eagan fan, that might be, shall we call it foreshadowing? Look at all the time he's got.
West has got plenty of time. The defensive back is not in a bad position.
Just got out-muscled.
Just got out-pushed.
What a catch by the Edina wideout. 6'2", 190 is Stevenson. And boy, did it get quiet on the home side all of a sudden. I didn't see how far that was, by the way. 33 yards, I think. And I didn't even see the PAT was good, by the way.
PAT was good. Yep, we don't have that up on our scorebook yet, but Mike,
here it is again. Again, just look at the time. Well, this is the earlier one. And then, ugh. Right there, just out-muscles him. Touchdown, Hornets.
Well, that's a great individual effort. Great individual efforts all around, but right now the Eagan coaching staff, you got your work cut out for you. I mean, you're really on the wrong end of this, and this can get sideways really quickly. They've got to come out, get a stop immediately on this opening drive for the Hornets, and who knows? Maybe then they've got a chance to climb back into this game. But right now, Edina looking very comfortable.
Well, let's take ourselves a break, and we'll find out if indeed the Eagan Wildcats can come back in the second half, or if their season ends tonight here on their home turf. You're watching Wildcat football on ETV.
We are looking at the ways we live and act and commute and work that creates a space that's going to be a great space, a sustainable space for the further generations.
This season, we decided to try and reduce the amount of single-use plastic bags that were used here at Market Fest. We partnered with Dakota Valley Recycling. They were able to help us fund this project. So we actually purchased 1,500 reusable produce bags that we've been handing out. We've handed out 1,300 of those bags.
If you'd like to stop by the booth, we'll give you a free reusable produce bag as a gift to start the program. And every time that you shop at Market Fest and show us that you've used your reusable bag on your way out the door, we'll give you a punch card and we'll punch it. Once you've shopped 3 times and have 3 punches on a card, you get a $3 voucher to use at Market Fest.
If folks participated every single week, they could have earned almost $20 to spend with the vendors. So it's a great program for everyone involved.
We actually get a number of people that bring their own reusable bags. We get a number of people that actually bring us back the reusable bags that they got from us. It's a really great thing to see. You know, we have a beautiful earth. We want to do what we can to keep it that way.
It's difficult to think about making really big changes with sustainability, but there's things that people can do in their everyday lives that make a big difference, but it's a small change. And using a reusable bag is a great first step.
Hopefully we can just do more and more every year here at Market Fest to educate people and make this a more sustainable event.
As a Dakota person, you know, everything I create is about the community.
The program today is with Marlena Miles, who is a local Indigenous artist, and she's doing some work with the community that will not only be a series of programs throughout Dakota County, but it also results in a permanent piece of art that will be in the Dakota County libraries, which will be really great for our community to be able to see.
These kind of events are important because it lets people see a real human sharing these histories. They can see that Native people aren't just stuck in the past, that our stories are present and they're continuing to be built. Dakota people, we believe in something called Shichu in your star power. And our word for art is that, and that everybody has this star gift, that when we create art, we're putting our influence, our positive energy to inspire other people, and other people inspire us. So, you know, I wanted people to think about who in their own lives inspire them and how do they contribute in their own ways, and then collect all those stories. So everybody's stories will be part of this art piece. You know, our traditional way of telling stories, but involving all of the communities. That will be something that people can look at and, you know, remember that they are contributing to this bigger space with our abilities.
The Open Door is a hunger relief organization. We were founded in Eagan. We now serve all of Dakota County. Today is our 4th annual 5K and 1 mile fun run walk to raise awareness and support for the Open Door and our mission of getting food to anyone in Dakota County that needs it.
Hunger is more than just, I don't have enough money. There's a lot of people that want to be healthy. When the option is, do you just want a plain old box of macaroni and cheese, or do you want fresh food? When people have the choices, they're always picking the fresh food.
On an average month, we'll get fresh and healthy food to 18,000 to 20,000 people across Dakota County. And today's event helps raise awareness and money that fuels our mission and gets food directly into the hands of families that need it.
It's a great opportunity for community engagement. It's awesome to have volunteers, staff, and community members all come out, not only for people working with the Open Door, but just as kind of getting out there and having some fun together.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Elmo's daddy taught him that when he has a big feeling like being frustrated, humming a song can help you feel better. We all have big feelings, and we are all here for one another. Love your mind.
I'll see y'all.
some batteries, and 2 flashlights.
What's up, champ? I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
You know, how you feel on the inside
Yeah?
is just as important to me as how you feel on the outside.
Oh, Daddy.
I'm grown up in every way, care and take care of you. You're my grown up and I know you're there. I'm your grown up and you know I care. 'Cause it's you and me and me and you. So when you are okay or not okay, I'll take care of you.
Do you want to go grab some frozen yogurt tonight?
Maybe another time. Thanks, though.
Hey, Charles, how do you like your burger?
Ooh, well done, I hope. I love this tree. Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour.
Come on, sit down.
Okay, guys, what do you think? That is you.
Oh, you got jokes. You're funny.
That is you, and that is your son, and your other son. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches? Ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How you holding up? Nothing wrong with getting help.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Donating pet food can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Thank you so much.
Fostering a pet for a friend or neighbor can keep families together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Elmo's daddy taught him that when he has a big feeling like being frustrated, humming a song can help you feel better. We all have big feelings, and we are all here for one another. Love your mind.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Donating pet food can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Hey, Josh Sibley back with you. ETV would like to extend a huge congratulations to the boys soccer team for their win over Maple Grove this morning to secure the state championship. Way to go, Wildcats. Tonight is our final broadcast of the fall season, and we want to thank all of you for watching all season long. And a huge thank you to our amazing announcers, Nathan Cron and Skip Newton for calling the entire season of boys and girls soccer, and Mike Cook and Nathan Cron for calling all the football games. These guys do a phenomenal job announcing these games, and we are so lucky to have them helping us out week after week. So thank you guys. We look forward to our upcoming coverage of the winter season, starting with girls hockey versus Apple Valley on Saturday, November 16th. For our full schedule of winter games, keep an eye on cityofelgan.com/ETV Sports. Now, back to the second half.
We welcome you back inside Wildcat Country, where it's 21-7 Edina. That 23-yard pass right at the end gives them that big lead. Cats on the board first. Tate Gage barrels his way in. It's 7-0 Wildcats, and there's a lot of life inside this stadium. Nice plays early. But Edina, boy, they've got some serious offense. They're Swinney with a carry. Bjorkstrand, he had 48 yards carrying in that first half. 9 carries for 48. And the one score, which is coming up right there. He left briefly with looked like a little bit of injury, but he was bounced back in a couple of plays later.
Yeah, no question. Bjorgard is an excellent, he's a special player. He's a threat out of the backfield, and you see the big catch there to make it 14-7. And
there is Bjorgard.
And Bjorgard, and again, converting a long third down that arguably, the Hornets might have struggled with. Some good defense by the Wildcats. It's not been completely bereft of some defensive back performances, but here's an opportunity for the Wildcats. It just goes begging as Stevenson
yep.
cashes in there in the corner. I wanted to make sure I got that right. Stevenson cashes into the corner. 21-7 for the Hornets. And with receiving the kickoff here in the second half, Mike, the Wildcats are really up against it.
Absolutely. Just real quick on that, Stevenson, we were talking to a couple of Edina coaches here at halftime. They said this is a kid that would be a star receiver on a lot of teams, but on this Edina squad, he's your 4th, 5th receiver. Just there's that much talent over there. But to what you were saying, Nathan, the Cats have got to come out. They've got to make a stop on this opening drive. Edina goes down and puts 7 more on the board. That's going to be awfully tough for the Wildcats to come back from a 3-score deficit.
Yeah, this offense isn't built for it. This team's not built for it. The Wildcats did have a notable, I would describe valiant, comeback against the Lakeville South Cougars earlier this year, being down 2 scores, 2 touchdowns to Lakeville South, a team or a program they hadn't beaten in 10 years. Right. And so the Wildcats have had some mental toughness, have developed some mental toughness this season. However, at the same time, I just don't see how defensively, I'm not sure that they're going to be able to hang with these Hornets, given that the Hornets have such a lead at this point.
There's some of the Eagan, pictures, I should say, of the Eagan seniors. Parents proudly displaying their sons' photos. And one thing we had mentioned before the game, I saw this today, and this is the last home game on this field for these seniors, no matter what happens. Because if you advance, it's neutral site the rest of the way. And you know what? We'll talk about it later probably, but this senior squad, they have so much to be proud of. It's going to be, it's going to suck, quite frankly, if they don't come through tonight and pull off the win. But you know what? They're going to look back at some point and go, you know what? We really helped put Eagan football back on the map. Not just this year, but the last couple of years as well. So kicking off for the Wildcats will be Alex Land, I should say. Check that. And they're going to pooch kick it. Edina is going to catch that. Fair catch at the 31-yard line. And the Hornets will take over here to start quarter number 3. Again, up by a 21-7 count. West, 129 yards passing in that opening half for the Edina Hornets. Hey, we got a quick second. I want to make sure we give a special hello to Angie, Lila, and Avery, the family of Edina head coach Jason Potts. I understand they're tuning in tonight, watching Dad's squad. Hornets, they got 3 receivers right side. And they're going to get about 4 yards on that pass to number 4, Jabari Strader. Strader, I believe that's his 4th catch of the night. So a 4-yard pickup for the Edina Hornets. It looks like a similar setup for the Hornets. And why not hand it off to your big back with a lot of room on the left side? They have had so much success coming left tonight. And that one's going to be a pickup out near midfield. Let's call that a 14-yard pickup for Bjorgard.
It's just too easy. Mike, it's just too easy that Bjorgard's he's getting ahead of steam. He's able to attack the line of scrimmage. And the Wildcats are just not able to slow him down.
Nope. Well, except right there.
Wow.
But that was first down. Coming up off the bottom of that pile, you've got, a good chunk of the Eagan Wildcats. Gabe Jellin was in there, I saw. Harrison Brandt, I think number 90. Cruz Aguedo Tellis was in there. We'll give him 1 on that carry.
Wildcats desperately need a turnover. We haven't had a turnover yet in this game. Wildcats have got to force one.
Yep. They're going to run the football again, and it picks up 4, maybe 5. I admit I saw West on the fake, and I bid on it. I don't know if any of the Eagan players did. Bjorkgard again, though, just a nice surge by that offensive line for Edina. With 71 in there, like Charlie Twistall and Eric Stanchfield, 76 leading the way. It's about a 5-yard pickup for the Hornets. Big defensive play here for the Wildcats. Edina just taking plenty of time. We're down to 15 on the play clock. First drive here of the second half for those of you that are just tuning in. Glad you're checking us out on ETV or on the ETV YouTube channel. Fumbled snap. There you go, Nathan. You called it. Cats, I think, have it.
I think the Cats do have it.
Cats do have it. Bennett Larson, the leader of that defense, with the football.
Well, West isn't in at quarterback.
No, it was Swinney.
It was Swinney in at quarterback. A little Wildcat action. And the Wildcats end up with the football.
Yep. The break the home team needs. Now, can they do something with it? Early stages, third quarter. Cats down by 2 scores. I think they had a net of 22 yards in their last 3 offensive drives. And it's not going to add to the total there. Gage taking down Gilder and company for the Hornets. I will maybe give him half a yard on that. I think one thing we could pretty much be sure we will not see by the Wildcats is a punt.
No, I think it's safe to say we're in the whole world is 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
Right now.
You said 4 yards on a cloud of pellets. That's what they would love to do on every play. And they're going to get about 3 that time. That's Halverson.
Kind of a lead option out there to the side. You see Sisk blocking, nicely done.
Sorrell, nice job of fighting off the block for Edina. Need to get to the 40 to move the sticks.
Again, if it's 4-down territory, you can be, that should inform in some sense your play calling, although with an option, sometimes it's hard to dial up exactly what you want. Now we've got that unbalanced line look for the Wildcats.
2 receivers to the left. And a fumbled snap. I don't know how many times we've seen that this year. It's got to be what, a dozen, just in the home games?
Well, it's so many critical moments, Mike. Yeah. So many critical moments where, I mean, granted, there was an Edina Hornet in there really, really quick. That was Charlie Vellner, who knifed in from whatever the 3 technique spot or wherever. And the Wildcats look like they are going to punt the ball.
That's what it looks like. Well, that's why we're up here.
I mean,
Alex Land punted away. Well, at least they're setting that up that way. Edina's had good pressure on Land every time, but now they're setting up the return on this one. Skies it. Favorable bounce for the Hornets. Making sure their player got out of the way. That was Holmberg that ball almost spun back and hit him, but instead it's downed by the Wildcats at the Edina 22-yard line. So golden opportunity for the Cats, ends up with 3 and out again.
Yeah, it's like opening up a present on Christmas and getting socks, right? I mean, it's there for you. You're excited about it. You open it up and you're like, oh, socks. You know, now if you're our age, if you're a guy like us, you know, you like socks. Socks are fine, but you know, if you're 14 to 18 years old, socks not so much.
I don't know. It depends. I guess if they're kind of the nice fluffy ones. I don't know. 9. Meyer, Swinney. Nice job by Dorsey to track him down. Pickup of maybe 3. Had Swinney got that corner, he might have been able to get to the sticks.
This is actually a run. That's a lateral. That's going backwards.
I'm going to say a gain of 5 actually on that play.
So I feel like we need to rewind what we did earlier, Mike. Wildcats have to have a turnover, need a stop.
And boy, just finding the seam. Patient running back right there, Chase Bjorgaard. First down, Hornets. Langhorst on the stop, Koken in there as well. Just keep an eye on this on the pull there by a couple of those Edina offensive linemen and Swinney as well. Gain of 8 on that carry.
And that's exactly what the way the Edina Hornets can bleed down this clock. I mean, they are a spread, sort of a spread offense, a passing offense, but to be able to grind this out against an Eagan front, it's how they're going to win this football game.
Yeah, well, they're going to grind some more, and they're going to get another first down out near midfield. Big pop on Bjorgaard, but it was after he picked up 13 yards. Dorsey and Koken in there for the Wildcats, but the sticks are going to move.
Which is far too easy. Langhorst gets caught inside, so does Larson. Koken and Dorsey have to combine to make the tackle. He wasn't, Bjorgaard wasn't touched until he was 10 yards down the field.
No.
And he looked like he was running about 3/4 speed. It was just, he was picking his spots.
Fresh set of downs for the Hornets as we approach the midway point of this third quarter. And again, there's 4 more for Bjorgaard. Number 90 in there on the stop for the Wildcats. Cruz, Aguado, Tellez. Just, he got right past Langhorst, who was tied up by an Edina lineman. We can pick up, let's call it 5. Mason West, heck of a hockey player as well. Edina quarterback. That young man's going to have a heck of a decision in front of him to play football or hockey. Going for it all. Got his man to the house. Touchdown Hornets. 43 yards to Sorrell. Absolutely right past the Eagan defender. Perfectly placed football. And Edina leads by 20.
Wildcats chasing there. They're just not going to catch him. I mean, it's just, and, to be fair, West had time. He had time to step into that ball, set his feet, step into it, and put it right where he wanted it. The guys up front for the Wildcats needed to put a little more pressure on West.
28-7 Edina if this one goes through. And kick is on its way, and it is. So with 5:52 to go in the third quarter, Eagan Wildcats, I'm going to say almost need a miracle at this point. I mean, I know there's a lot of time left, but we've seen this offense that has been absolutely shut down by Edina on the last 4 series.
Well, and defensively, the Wildcats have struggled, right? I mean, the Hornets, yes, they created a turnover on the last drive, and that's fantastic. But the defense is going to have to do something again. The defense is going to have to get another stop, a couple of stops. It's going to have to get a couple of turnovers. It's going to have to create some opportunities for that offense. I still have faith in this offense for Eagan. I think they can get some more points on the board.
Yep.
I just wonder how are they going to be able to get 28? I don't know. We're going to find out. That's part of the fun of it.
And can they stop Edina? I mean, that's, I think, you take away the fumble, Edina has scored on 4 straight. Nope, I take that back. 3 straight drives and 4 of 5. Hey, real quick, by the way, the winner of this game gets the winner of Eden Prairie Maple Grove next Thursday the 7th up at Park Center High School. And it sure looks like it's going to be Maple Grove as the Crimson are up 21-0 on the Eden Prairie Eagles. I'm sure plenty of tears being shed over the Eagles trailing in that one by both of these fan bases. Will they just pooch it again? No, they're going to go this time. Straight ahead. That's Evans. Not even going to get back to the 20. And I was looking out there, and I'm not sure if it was Halverson. It was the other deep back for the Wildcats. Appeared to be limping a little bit. He was favoring a little bit of an ankle or something. I don't know if that was. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that as we go forward. But right now, Eagan is going to start deep in their own end on a must-score drive.
Well, it's a must-score drive. It's a must-first-down drive. Just, get a first down. Get a first down. Move the sticks. Get out of the shadow of your own goal posts, and just get some momentum. Get a little momentum back for this team.
Oh, 5 for Gage on that one. That's the kind of play that Eagan would take all night long.
Well, if you're not down,
there's
you're not down by 3 touchdowns, but no, you will take that. And the Edina defense has the luxury now of having a 21-point lead. Now they don't have to take any chances. They don't have to take any chances. They don't have to gamble. Just play sound, fundamental football. Keep everything in front of you. If they get 3 yards, fine. They get 3 yards, but they're not going to get 30. That's the key.
Well, there's Evans, and well, he might have gotten about 3 on that play. Going to set up 3rd and short for the Eagan senior signal caller. Again, 4:54 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Edina Hornets have scored 28 unanswered and lead by a 28-7 count. 4 down territory?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would think so, even though you're back inside your own 30.
Especially on 3rd and 1.
Right. And that will be a moving of the sticks as Gage gets it out near the 32-yard line. Pick up, let's call it 6.
I mean, the Hornets clearly, obviously, look, they're playing defense. They don't want to, and you know, they don't want the Wildcats to score again. But you know, they're going to say, fine, if you want to go 3 yards every play, we're going to let you do that.
Right.
And you're going to take 8 minutes to do it, and you're still going to be down by 2 scores, even if you score at the end of it.
And the one thing I've noticed about the Edina defense tonight is they've done a good job of keeping Eagan in the middle of the field. We know Eagan can be some of their best offenses when they get outside the tackles, such as a play like this. Although Redwell fighting off the block, Sisk goes really nowhere. Alex White with the stop for the Edina Hornets. Pickup of, this looks like about 3, maybe 4. Second carry of the night for Sisk.
Interesting to see Sisk in that role, as you know, Halverson is out there, Eisen is out there, although Eisen's been playing some defense. Interesting to see Sisk in that role. We have not seen him in that role this season with any regularity.
No. Well, of course, he had an arm injury that kept him out for a number of games, but came back in, and there's Evans. No chance to get anywhere. Busting through for the Edina Hornets. That was number 58, Colin Bjerke, from his linebacker spot. Not sure he was touched before he got in that Eagan backfield. From the 35. No gain that time for Evans in the Eagan offense. Down to inside 3 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Remember the Cats had to rally last week to beat Osseo. Ended up putting 28 on the board. One of those was a kick return touchdown. And that's going to be Gage out near the 40. Late flag coming in, however. Let's see what this is about. Generally something like that, you would think it's going to be on the tackle.
Yeah, face mask, perhaps?
That would be my guess. But the officials are conferring.
See if we can pick it up here on a great shot from our ETV crew. You see Gage leap over the line, and he goes over another player.
Personal foul, targeting, number 6 of the defense. 15 yards to the end of the run. First down.
Yeah,
that's actually a good call.
That was a helmet to helmet. Look, there's nothing in it. He's not doing anything improper. He's just playing football. But
it just happened.
It just happened, and there's obviously an emphasis, I think it's fair to say, on helmet to helmet contact, and it just bit him in the rear end there.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I didn't see any malicious intent on that whatsoever. Going to go to the air. Evans got his man Dorsey. 6 points, Eagan. Who said Eagan can't throw the football?
A lot of people don't think Eagan can throw the football, but once in a while, Evans drops back, sets his feet, heaves it, and Dorsey caught it right in stride. That was a nice pass, nice catch. I have to say, you're not. That's definitely against the tendencies for this offense.
I got to look. Is that Dorsey's first catch of the year? It is. I mean, Eagan's only got 14 completions now on the year. And the kick is good. So a drive, the Eagan Wildcats had to have points. They get it. 43 yards, Evans to Dorsey. And it's 28-14 with 2:12 to go here, quarter number 3.
I can guarantee you that Adam Dorsey will remember that one the rest of his life. And who knows, Brooklyn Evans might too. I mean, we don't throw a lot of touchdowns here in Wildcat country. That was well drawn up. It was nice to see the Wildcats be able to stretch the field a little bit. I don't think that we're going to suddenly turn into the run and shoot, but you see the chilly-looking pit there, which is thinned out a little bit, to be fair.
Just slightly. You know what, though? I want to give the Eagan student section some credit. Not for this one, but for soccer this morning. There was a nice turnout down at U.S. Bank Stadium by the Eagan student section. I'm going to admit, that first boys game down there, girls game, but today they showed up. And it was Blake Prouty with a great line after the game. We asked him, what is it about you guys going to overtime, blah, blah, blah. And he said, something to the effect of, these kids, the students got to be back at school an hour after the game. We just wanted to keep them out a little bit longer, which I thought that was a nice quote. And onside kick, can't say they have it.
And I think they do.
Looking for the men in the stripes. They do. Coming up off the bottom of the pile, Madden Ison.
What I cannot tell is if this is just a squib. Ison absolutely jumps on that. So I can't tell if that was an intentional onside kick or there was a squib that just happened to catch the guy in the front row. I cannot tell. And now maybe we'll find out after the game. Who knows? Maybe it won't be material. But Wildcats, that AWS percentage of victory just went up a percentage point.
There it is. Well, that's a squib.
I think that's a squib. I don't know that he's necessarily. I don't think he's necessarily trying to onside it there.
No.
In any event, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yep. So on the Edina 45, they get 5 on first down.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5, Wildcats now at the Edina 40.
Gage just powering his way forward. Gilder finishes him off. Tight formation again for the Wildcats. Snap might have been bobbled a little bit there.
Yeah, it was.
I was just thinking before that snap going, no. There's Gage again for 3, but well, 3rd and 2 upcoming.
Well, an interesting little situation has developed. We started the half wondering about how this would look and the implications of the score line, and now a football game has broken out, Mike.
Yep. Well, the Cats have to convert.
They absolutely do. They got to get points on this drive.
You go into the 4th quarter down by 2 scores, don't convert on a golden opportunity like this. And the Sticks are going to move once again with Brooklyn Evans just straight ahead, just following his center, Peyton Gramboy. See number 55 there, Colwell. Offensive line stalwart this year, played a little on the defense as well. Peyton Gramboyce is out there. Number 50, Alex Less. Good to see Alex back. Looked like he was hurt a little bit in that Osseo game, but good to see he's back out there tonight. First down from the 33. Gilbertson spins around. Gilbertson tumbles his way down to the 11. Kind of a 22 yards for Gilbertson. That was a fine individual effort because he was nearly tripped up right there, fought off the tackle. That was Caleb Samuel. Going to look back on one that he just missed. 21 yards on the carry.
The surge by the offensive line. Gilbertson picking out his spot and slamming that home. That was, as you say, what a great individual effort.
Evans, he'll keep it. Ball is loose. They're going to say he was down.
I think that's
the referee in there right away.
I think that's the right call.
I think
that's the right call. Looked like he was on the ground, and then
let's take a look.
Take a look on the replay here.
I thought he was down. No. Oh, Eagan got away with one.
They may have been, the football gods may have smiled on the Wildcats there.
Eagan got away with one.
Well, if the Wildcats do punch one in here as we start the fourth quarter, Mike, we might have to look back on that and say maybe the football gods, as I said, will smile on the Wildcats again.
Yep. Well, we've got 12 minutes to go. Dare we say in regulation?
You can dare.
I dare. And like I said, Cats fortunate to be keeping this drive alive. Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to the Eagan Clay Target team. Took first place in their conference this fall. Piper Larson, #1. Emma Cook, #3 for females in the conference. And Piper took 8th overall in state. 4 males in the top 25 from the Eagan Trap team. Alex Newton was 4th, Finn Larson 6th, Jack Vitek 9th, and Graham Roberts 22nd. So congratulations to the Eagan Clay Target team. Sure, check them out. They will be back in the spring as well. If you're looking to join our team, and I know they've got some even middle schoolers that will take part in that program.
I want to give a shout out to Coach Dirth's mom, Jerry, checking us out on ETV, as well as the Meyer family from Des Moines. Thanks for joining us and sticking with us on this broadcast into the fourth quarter. A fourth quarter that potentially could get a little bit closer than we thought it was going to be at halftime, Mike.
Wildcats, one of lacrosse players. Straight ahead. Gage, second, third effort. Now let's give him, 3, maybe 4 on that carry. Kind of runs into his own man, fights his way for a few extra yards.
Ball security is going to be the key. You see those Hornets trying to rip that ball out. The Wildcat running backs have got to wrap up when they're in traffic.
3rd down and 5 for the Cats. See this top right, you see where they've got to get to. Evans gets shoved back, going to throw that one away, and it's going to be 4th down. I think he wanted to pitch that out to Halverson, but Edina had a couple, we got a late flag. And is it going to, I think Edina had a couple of coaches looked like jumped almost off the sideline. Must have seen something.
We'll see if we can pick it up here as to what happens. Evans is rolling backwards. Well,
officials are conferring on the far side.
It might just be a sideline warning too. It might just be a sideline warning too if there was an issue.
An eligible player downfield, number 5 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
So I think you're right. I think Evans did want to run that ball. Instead, he passed, and Sisk was downfield ineligible. They were running an unbalanced line. Sisk was in the slot, and he was covered up, and he can't go down the field. So it's going to be 3rd and 9.
A 5-yard penalty on the Wildcats.
Yep.
Didn't quite hear what he said.
Ineligible downfield.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Okay. Referee's microphone just broke up a little bit on that one.
And so I think the Edina coaches were helping point that out on the sideline. I think that's what was going on.
Again, they need to get to the 3. Gage gets 3. 4th down and 6 upcoming for the Wildcats.
Well, if you're Coach Nick Johnson for the Wildcats, you certainly don't have to think too hard about this. You know exactly what you're going to do in terms of, are you going to punt the ball? Are you going to, are you going to kick a field goal? Are you going to go for a touchdown? It's 4-down territory.
Yep.
Wildcats are going to get their package in.
Yeah. Well, the student section they're making some noise here on the near side in the pit. I can hear the Edina student sections on the other side making noise. 4th and 6, early 4th quarter. Dare we say ball game if the Cats don't make it. Evans to roll. Evans throwing back, cross near side. That ball is incomplete. Higher the intended target. Coverage on the play by White. Well-designed play, but just good coverage by White. Couldn't quite pull it down.
wasn't a bad pass.
No.
I like the design of the play too. You start rolling one side and he throws back to the other side, which, typically there would be an opportunity there because the defensive backs often will leave their assignments as they see the roll to the other side. That time, to the Edina defensive back's credit, he didn't. He stuck with his receiver, and the ball was not a bad ball. It just didn't come off.
Just a hair too far. I mean, Javier is 6'4". And, again, that ball just a hair high for him. As Bjorgard, which I would imagine we will see a healthy dose of if you're the Edina Hornets at this point. It's a pickup of what's about 5 on first down, and you would think Edina is going to run the ball continually until they're stopped. You keep that clock going, and you keep, munching up some yards.
Well, especially down inside their own 20-yard line,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, let's ball security is very, very important. It's a lot easier to hold on to the football when you're handing it to a sure-handed running back.
14 to go on the play clock. Edina absolutely no hurry, and nor should they. Yeah, why not? They're going to run it again. Look out, he needs a block. Cut to the outside. Bjorgard, can he go? Dragged down by Reeser. He was down at the Eagan 39-yard line. 47-yard carry. How many missed tackles here?
I don't think I have that many fingers and toes.
I counted at least 3. And Reeser just hangs on, or that one's going to go probably to the blue painted end zone. 47 yards. And somewhere in the middle, Bjorgard. Hey, let's give the guy the ball again. He just went for 47. How about a breather? Actually, they did. I stand corrected. Number 28, the ball carrier, Owen Riss, his first carry of the ball game. My apologies to the Edina coaches on that one. I guess I've just gotten so used to 21 running the football. Yeah. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Eisen had a chance to drop the ball carrier for about a 3-yard loss. But Bjorgard gets a hand up from the official.
You heard at halftime, this is the end of our fall sports season, Mike. It has been a fun season. Enjoyed this season for you, enjoyed the season with you, and appreciate it. And
I got to admit, it's almost like you and I know what we're doing now.
Well,
we've done this for a number of years. West across the middle. Oh, nice catch. Tight end. That was Bach. Big tight end. 6'6". That's going to be a pickup of, let's call it, about 15 yards. Nice safe throw. Sticks move. That may be most importantly, though, for the Edina Hornets.
I want to give a big shout out and thank our award-winning ETV crew, our executive producer Josh Sibley, director Tim Shinyan, Greg Borman, Jared Greenberg, Max Hellmuller, Nick Mudd, Kevin Miller, and Carter Bain. Thank you so much for making all of us up here in the booth sound and look so good. You guys really are an asset of the city of Eagan.
Hornets looking to put this one away. And they will do it right there via a 23-yard touchdown run.
Well, if you follow the pulling lineman, you can usually figure out where the running back is going, and that's exactly what happened there. The challenge for the Wildcats is they were not able to slow down Bjorgard, and they just made that look very, very easy.
Yep. Again, too easy.
47-yard run, now a 23-yard run.
Well, I'm looking at the Edina touchdowns. 23-yard run, 43-yard pass, a 23-yard pass, a 29-yard pass. The first one was only a 1-yard run. Hornets able to score from a distance. And they are up 35-14. Well on their way to the, I guess, do you call it the Elite Eight at this point?
State.
At least to the state quarterfinals.
Tournament. It's the state tournament.
State quarterfinals,
State
absolutely.
Quarterfinals, yeah.
Where last report we had Maple Grove up 21-0 on EP at the half. So we'll see if we can get any other kind of update on that one.
Lakeville North had Champlin 17-0 at half.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see if we can get any other ones, but yeah. So the Cats, let's see if Edina just does that pooch kick once again. Quick update, 28-0 Maple Grove in the third quarter. So it's like Edina Maple Grove in the next round up at Park Center High School on Thursday the 7th.
I have to say, at the level at 6A football, I'm always impressed when a team can keep another team off the scoreboard completely.
Looking for a couple other updates. I see, well, there's a nice return. Halverson. Boy, has he turned out to be a heck of a return guy for this Eagan Wildcat squad. I mean, he took the one to the house a week ago, but he had a couple other ones that got the ball out past the 40. And the nice thing that Wildcat fans, Gage is just a sophomore.
I was just going to say, he'll be back for round 2 or round 3 in the next few years. So imagine we'll see number 40 for these Wildcats ripping it up next season.
Yeah, Logan Gilbertson, 36. He's just a junior, so we would imagine those two you would think would be your backfield next year. But Evans to air it out. Down the middle, diving catch. Is that Dorsey once again? No, Sam Sisk this time.
What a catch. Nice throw from Evans, but this catch.
33
Holy
yards.
Cow. Well, I don't know about the chances of the Wildcats coming back to win this football game, but the entertainment value is high.
Gage going for a couple of tough yards there, potentially. So Evans I take that back. 43-yard touchdown pass, a 33-yard pass. I mean, that's what, 76 yards. I think Eagan had less than 200 yards through the air all season coming into this one. 211, I stand corrected, for their total coming into this one. Here's Evans' pitch. Read well by the Hornets. Half that defense surrounding the ball carrier, and nowhere to go for Eisen. Inside 6 to go in regulation.
The Edina Hornets certainly look to be ready, heading on to the next round of the playoffs, and that means for these Eagan seniors, this is the last time that they will play this game. This last time they will play for Eagan High School, and seniors have done a lot for this program, as you said earlier, Mike.
Absolutely. 3rd and 10. Halverson bounces to the outside, or tries to. Again, minimal pickup, read extremely well by that Hornet defense, just strung him out. First man in there, I believe, might have been Sawyer Jazurski. So, really, this is it right here. It's going to be 4th and 7. I mean, I know the chances of Eagan coming back are remote at best right now, but you don't convert here. Can you go remote minus?
Yeah, if it's a home game, you don't really start the bus, but it's
exactly.
I got a timeout taken by, I'm not sure if it's the Hornets or the Wildcats. Somebody's taking a timeout.
Injury. Okay. The player, you see walking off the field out of the secondary. Looks like number 6, William Holmberg, free safety, one of the captains on this squad, with Meyer Swinney, Ryan Zentner, and Stephen Bunce.
Yeah, referee obviously must have seen something that Holmberg either did or said that made him concerned that Holmberg maybe, I think it was probably a head injury. Maybe. I mean, probably a potential head injury, so he's going to have to come out to at least be checked. So 4th down and 7. The Wildcats, the clock starts running again.
Yep.
But
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
Evans under center. Trickery. Dorsey to the end zone. Sisk, touchdown Wildcats. 6 points Eagan. 14 yards on the score.
Well, as I said, I don't know about the viability of the Wildcats' chances to come back and win this football game, but the entertainment value is high. Adam Dorsey slings it. Sisk, coverage almost got there, but Sisk manages to get under it, as it was a little bit of a battle between he and Hoke. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't exactly sure who Dorsey was going for there. In fact, I was a little worried that they might collide.
I did too. Kolamainen, PAT attempt. Kick is up. Kick is good. So you got to be an onside kick upcoming, correct?
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Why not? I mean, why wouldn't you, right?
So Cats within 35-21.
And regardless of how this turns out, this is good practice for the Edina Hornets, too. I mean, there are going to be times in the next handful of games that they're going to have to figure out how to make sure their hands team is ready to go. So, you know, again, I can't tell you a whole lot about the Wildcats' chances, but Edina is going to get something out of this remaining 4:21 as well.
Yep. Again, 35-21 the score. They did make the extra point. As you said, Nathan, 4:21 to go. And they crank out a little Village People here with the YMCA on the home PA system. That'll get the pit jumping up around even more. Lots of chances here. Well, you know Edina's got to be looking for the onside kick. What did the Cats decide to do? Do you try to pooch it at that point?
I don't know. I you know what? Honestly, it would be great to see. It'd be great to see a little bit of, you know, and again, not just because we're the Eagan guys, but it'd be fun to see. Onside kicks are always fun, right? They're, unless you're on the wrong end of it. But it's entertaining, no question, from a neutral standpoint. I know we got a lot of people from Edina, a lot of people from Eagan, other parts of the United States, Lakewood Ranch, Omaha, Nebraska. We've got people in Duluth watching, or parts unknown, all over the country watching. And, yeah, Edina certainly thinks it's going to be an onside kick. It almost certainly will be. Why not try it one more time?
I just want to clarify. You said Duluth and parts unknown. That was not one and the same, right?
Not one of the same.
Just want to clarify. And that ball, I don't think it ever went 10 yards. Edina football at the 46-yard line. Kind of took the drama out of that.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate.
So we're down to 4:21. Eagan does have three timeouts, I believe, right?
Yeah, all 3 timeouts here.
Edina has 2. Bennett Larson on that defense, they need to make another turnover. Bennett Larson, he's a kid that'll be playing on Saturdays in the future. Just a matter of where. Christian Langhorst, solid year for 27 in green. Good to see him stay healthy all year as well. Had that elbow injury his junior year. Yeah, minimal pickup there, but Edina will take that, I'm sure, with as long as it keeps the clock moving.
Yeah, at this point, if you're the Hornets, you just want to get out of here. You just want to get out of here and run out the clock. You don't need to score. You don't even want to score at this point. You just want to get out. You don't want to show anything more on film. You just want to go home. You know, you came to Eagan. You survived an early touchdown from the Wildcats. You dominated the middle part of the game. And like I said, the last handful of minutes have been entertaining from an Eagan standpoint, but realistically, the game was over probably at halftime.
If this score holds, Edina will have scored 138 points in its last 3 games. I think that offense is something to keep an eye on if you're a future opponent.
Absolutely, and as I was saying earlier, you know, you talk about the Maple Grove Eden Prairie score. You know, Eden Prairie is a tremendous football team, a tremendous program. The fact that they're being blanked right now by the Maple Grove Crimson, I mean, it's amazing to me at the levels. At 6A in football here in Minnesota, if you blank somebody, that's really an accomplishment. I mean, there's just so much talent offensively on the field for, like, look at Edina. I mean, look how much talent. Imagine what it would take to shut them out. It's just, it's incredible.
I mean, the fewest points they've scored this year is 12. That was a 42-12 loss at Shakopee. Straight up the middle. And again, runs like that, you're like, how could you possibly have an offensive struggle, shall we say? 25 yards, that's another first down for the Hornets.
Wildcats are putting in we got some new faces and new numbers out there, Mike, and seniors are getting on the field. This is going to be their last run, and their parents wanted to talk to a few of them before the game. Parents want the boys to know how proud of them they are. And of course, you've got senior cheerleaders, you've got senior pit captains, senior managers, just very, very proud of all they've accomplished for this program.
Edina long count. Your guard to the, let's call it about the 4-6 more yards for that young man. You know, and if people haven't been here for the final home game of a season, it's always tough. You see the kids out there, they're laying on the turf. There's tears aplenty. And then there's the tears from their parents. And it's such an emotional deal. I mean, they've been playing this sport since they played in EAA, probably in what? First grade? Yeah. Started playing flag football?
Well, it's the famous speech from Billy Bob Thornton, you know. I mean, most of you have been playing for 10 years, and after this, you'll never play it again.
Right. Your guard, I think he got in, didn't he?
I think they're going to mark him short.
Yep.
I think they're going to mark him just
They
short.
are. Oh, this has been nothing. This has been all Bjorgård on this drive. Larson's going to have the stop for the Wildcats. If you're Edina, do you just take a knee?
I would be tempted to.
I mean,
I would be tempted to if I was Edina. I think that'd be a classy move at the same time.
It's third down. And Bjorgård's going to get wrapped up, and it is going to become fourth down. It's a matter of will they have to run another play.
Yeah, they're going to have to run one more play.
I think so.
I think the Hornets just need to kneel on it. On it, wait till the last couple of seconds,
Maybe.
snap it, kneel on it.
Again, Langhorst, first man in for the Eagan Wildcats. Well, you know what? Eagan's going to finish 6-4 this year. But you said it earlier, they are so much to be proud of for this program. I mean, you beat Rosemount again. Granted, Rosemount had a really down year. But you won that thriller here against Lakeville South, a heartbreaking loss at Lakeville North, who was number 1 at the time. You played Forest Lake tough. They're still alive. And Bjorgård's going to score from the 3. So, feel tough for Edina. That was kind of like a no-man's land play. So it's 41-21 Hornets. PAT forthcoming. Well, I think we came into this game knowing Edina could put points on the board. I'm not sure I thought they could put 42 against this Eagan defense. But they have. They're that good. And it will not be a shock to see the Edina Hornets playing back at US Bank Stadium on that final Friday night of 6A football. Remember, they lost to Centennial last year. I think it was by a point in the Prep Bowl. But they are definitely a team to reckon with the rest of the way.
Well, the Hornets are looking forward to next week. The Wildcats will have the opportunity to look forward to next season, Mike. And as you said, there's a big, strong senior class that has taken this program in part from can we get touchdowns, can we get first downs, can we be competitive in the South Suburban Conference. Back when we started this, we were still in the South Suburban Conference
right.
and that kind of thing. And I think all of these players, As you see some of them there looking up at the stands, looking up at the scoreboard. Some frustration, some tears. But they have so much to be proud of, so much to be thankful for. Their coaches are proud of them. Their fans are proud of them. The school is proud of them. Yep. It is a challenging way to end a season, and it's going to sting, and it hurts. But the reality of it is that it doesn't diminish everything that they have accomplished.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a little squib kick. Somebody hopefully just touched that football. They take a knee. That took 1 second off the clock. Just trying to add up Bjorgard's numbers here in the second half. 46.
The Wildcats going to come out in their Wildcats will have to come out into their offensive set. And given that there are a lot of seniors on this team and a lot of seniors on this field, I won't begrudge the Wildcats one more chance to heave it deep or throw it deep or run the option one more time. Why not?
Absolutely.
As Dorsey and Eisen go to the top of your screen.
There's Sisk. Little lateral. And Halverson goes down. So do the Wildcats. And the 2024 season comes to an end at the hands of the Edina Hornets by a 42-21 count here in Wildcat country.
Well, congratulations.
The guys in green, as we said, a lot to be proud of this year. You said it, it's going to sting, but they're going to look back on this and they're going to have a lot they can smile about.
Absolutely. On the Wildcats, at times, for portions of tonight, they played well. Yeah. At portions of tonight, they played well. I think the difference is the Edina Hornets played well the entire game. They put it together, complete from beginning, start to finish. You see the Wildcats got up early with a 7-0 lead and then 28 unanswered by the Edina Hornets. And so as a result, you look at it and you say to yourself, well, the Wildcats need to do next season what the Hornets did this season, which is, or just in this game, which is put together 48 minutes of complete football. And if you can do that, you can be successful, you can be competitive. But honestly, at that halftime touchdown, that right as half was dying, it just really, really put the Wildcats on the wrong end of it. Hornets have a lot to be thankful for, proud of on their side. But at the same time, it's a situation where, being the Eagan guys, being the ETV crew, it's tough to see the Eagan guys go down, but it happens. And virtually every team before the end of the season, Mike, loses their last game.
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, that's going to wrap things up here from Wildcat Country. And as I said, the end of the 2024 campaign for the Eagan Wildcats. Partner, it's been great. Another year, you and I doing these games. And we got to make sure we thank the all-star crew that we have here at ETV. But most importantly, let's thank our viewers, because without them, a lot to be proud of. Thank you for being with us tonight and always. Good luck to the Edina Hornets the rest of the way. And thank you for the Wildcats for a tremendous season. Going to wrap it up for the last time this year. The Edina Hornets 42, the Wildcats 21. He's Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook. Thanks for being with us. And we'll see you in 2025 for Eagan Wildcat football on ETV.